Hello everyone. In this video lesson, I am going to show you how to find your originality report from SafeAssign and how to use it to check yourself for plagiarism. So first, you should go into my Blackboard course. And in my Blackboard course, the first thing to do is find the assignment that you want to check. So in this case, it is the draft of my argumentative paper. So I open this up. And so one of the things you see right here is the originality report. So if I click on that, it takes me here and I have to open up my attempt. And once I open up my attempt, you'll see over here under the originality report, you see that it says it's medium risk. It tells me the overall, match is 25%. I will say that just this number by itself and the risk level that it assigns you honestly doesn't mean that much. You really have to open up the report and look at it for yourself and make your own determination of whether or not you're in danger of being accused of plagiarism. So to do that, down here where it says originality reports and additional content, you click on this and it'll open up a new tab for you. And now you're looking at the actual originality report itself. If you look at your paper here on the left, you scroll down, you'll notice it highlights the sections where it found a match to something else. If you click on any of those highlighted sections, for this one for example, it will show you what percentage of match it was. So this section right here was a 100% match and then it shows you what your writing was here in the student paper, and it shows you what the writing was in the original source, and then it also provides you a link that will take you to that original source so you can look at it for yourself too. The other thing you'll notice is that it's highlighted in different colors, and that's because it notices a match to different sources. That first one was a source online. Here, okay, Wikipedia. It's finding a match from my work here. And here I'm seeing, okay, so here is a match to a student paper. So another student's paper that was turned into SafeAssign at some point. And so that's how you can look at each part of your essay that's been highlighted. Over here on the right, you can also look at it by sources. It shows you 22% of the match came from internet sources. And again, those are the CISL journal I already opened, and Wikipedia is going to be the other one. And then the global database, this is the database of other student papers that it has. Basically, when you turn your paper into SafeAssign, SafeAssign will store your paper, and it checks your paper not just against the internet, but also against other papers that students have turned in. And so I can see 3% of my paper has matched to another student's paper. So that's how I read the SafeAssign report. Now I have to ask myself, what does this all mean? Most importantly, I should ask myself the question, do I think I'm in danger of being accused of plagiarism? And so if I look at what's been highlighted here, if you look carefully, this is my reference list. These are my sources. So, this one that matched to this CISL journal, this was just the title of one of my sources. And I also, I know for myself that I never read this CISL journal. I've never seen this before. And I know for myself that I didn't try to attempt to paraphrase or quote anything from this source. So that makes me feel pretty comfortable. And when I look at the rest of these things, Pedagogy of the Oppressed, again, this is the title of a famous book that I used as a source. So of course it's appearing in other places. And University of Chicago Press, so this is the name of a publisher. So of course, other students probably have cited sources from University of Chicago Press. So nothing here is anything that I think is going to be accused of plagiarism. And in fact, my biggest reason is because everything that is highlighted is in my reference list. And that is actually something that happens very commonly on SafeAssign. a lot of the time, most of the highlights that I see are on students' reference list. And so anytime it highlights your reference list, do not worry, not a problem, no worries. If it had highlighted some sections of my writing and found matches, especially if it found matches to my own sources, what that might tell me is that my paraphrasing perhaps I didn't paraphrase enough. I didn't change the words enough to make them my own words, and they're too close to the wording of the original source. So that's a situation where I would want to probably go back, do some more editing, some more revising, so that I don't get accused by any of my professors of plagiarism. But when I look at this report right here, I think it looks fine, and I'm not worried at all about plagiarism. So that is how you can use SafeAssign, the SafeAssign Originality Report, to check yourself for plagiarism.